Everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is why Xbox is abandoning consoles. Let's stop dancing around it. Xbox isn't pivoting, it isn't evolving. Xbox is retreating from their traditional console business because the numbers are ugly. The market is shrinking and the old model is breaking under its own weight. Console business is no longer a three-horse race. It's two. And the latest earnings report don't quietly confirm it, they scream it. Xbox hardware is collapsing in real time. Microsoft just reported its quarter 2 2026 earnings, and Xbox hardware sales, surprise, surprise, were down 32% year over year. Not a blip, not a one off. This is a pattern carved into stone. Last quarter, hardware was down 29%. And before that, 22%. Before that, 6%. Before that, down 29%. You go back further and you'll see 42% declines, 31% declines, year after year of erosion. You have to rewind all the way back to late 2023 to find a holiday quarter where Xbox hardware sales were actually up. And even then, it was a barely noticeable 3%. This isn't late generation slowdown that happens after market reaches saturation. This is structural failure. But console sales are always down later in life, people say. And that's true. That's normal. What's not normal is how fast Xbox has collapsed. The Series X and S didn't even make it 3 full years before the sales curve went vertical in the wrong direction. Meanwhile, the PlayStation 5 and the Switch 2 were still moving serious volumes at the same time in their life cycles. Sony and Nintendo proudly publish unit sales. Xbox no longer does. If the numbers were good, trust me, Microsoft would be shouting them from the rooftops. Silence is data. The price problem that no one can escape. We need to talk about the real killer, the price. Xbox raised console prices twice this year. The cheapest Xbox now starts at $400. The high-end model climbed to an eye-watering $800. And the ROG Ally launched at a jaw-dropping $1,000. That's not mass market hardware. That's boutique tech pricing. According to Circana, the average Xbox unit price in the United States jumped 30% year over year in 2025, which is ironic because that's close to the amount of sales that they dropped 30% year over year. Why? Well, they blamed components and supply chains and silicon costs. And this doesn't just hurt consoles, it's hurting PCs. True, right? So the PC gaming market right now, it isn't booming. It's stalling. GPU costs more, CPUs cost more, motherboards, everything costs more. Building or upgrading a PC in 2026 is no longer aspirational. It's intimidating. For many people, it's simply just not worth it. So now we have two shrinking markets. Traditional consoles are too expensive, and traditional PCs are too expensive. And this is the box Microsoft finds itself trapped in. Why Xbox is quietly abandoning consoles. See, Xbox, they see the math. Selling subsidized boxes at a loss made sense when you could scale fast and lock people into your ecosystem. That was back on the Xbox 360 days. I mean, everybody was playing Xbox Live. It was the thing to do. People were happy to pay for Xbox Live when everyone else was free. Microsoft they just don't have that world anymore. That world is gone. Microsoft doesn't want to fight Sony in the living room space anymore. Hell, they can't fight Nintendo in the living room space. It doesn't want to fight Nvidia or AMD in the enthusiast PC space either. So what's left? This is where the rumored PC console hybrid that blurs the line between Windows, Xbox, and the Steam-style platforms. A controlled PC experience with console simplicity. One SKU, one ecosystem, one subscription funnel. Not a console, not a PC, but some sort of a compromise that's designed to survive a shrinking market. When Xbox says its next hardware will be like a very premium, very high-end curated experience, that's corporate language for fewer devices, higher margins, lower expectations. Even former Xbox founders are saying the quiet part out loud. Xbox hardware is dead. Microsoft denies it, but actions matter more than press releases. Software isn't saving them either. And before anyone out there starts screaming Game Pass will save everything, it might. But let's look at the numbers. Content and service revenues dropped 5% year over year. Overall gaming revenue dragged Microsoft's entire more personal computing division down by 3%. Even first-party content underperformed. According to Chief Financial Officer Amy Hood, the decline was driven by first-party games not landing as expected. When hardware is shrinking and software isn't growing fast enough, the strategy has to change. And it already has. See, Xbox, the brand, isn't dying. But the console model that it's based on is. It isn't the end of Xbox, it's the end of Xbox as a traditional console maker. I said, they were probably going to put out some streaming box was my prediction. I didn't think hybrid back then, but I certainly didn't see Microsoft continuing the traditional console space. Putting out some type of a box is what I said. And you can go back a year and a half, almost 2 years of me saying that this was the future for Xbox. It's all here on the channel. The future Microsoft is betting on looks more like one hybrid device with cloud integration, subscriptions, platform agnosticism, Windows everywhere. Now, Sony still believes in its consoles. Nintendo does too. Microsoft believes in escape velocity, and that's why Xbox is abandoning consoles. If you want to understand where this is all heading next, watch my video on everything we know about the new Steam machine, because Valve is solving this problem from the opposite direction of things, a shrinking PC market. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, share it, leave a comment. I read them all. Thanks for watching Star Flag Media Gaming, and I will catch you in the next video.